Hello, it's Dr. Rhonda Johnson, and today is Thursday, June 17th, 2021. And today I'm going to be talking about reasons why people continue to remain unvaccinated, and I want to provide an explanation for some of these reasons. Now, my message today comes from a national survey that looked at concerns of the unvaccinated. And they pulled them out by race and ethnicity, gender. You can tease this data out by many ways, but I'll share some of the top findings. So many people who remain unvaccinated are concerned about blood clots. They're concerned that the Johnson & Johnson vaccine may be causing blood clots. And to which I'll say, remember that here in the United States, folks, we have 3 vaccines to choose from. You don't have to take the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. You can take the Pfizer or the Moderna vaccines. Now, I also want to remind people that COVID itself is a significant contributor to blood clots because the COVID virus attacks the inside lining of the blood vessels, which can cause clots in the major organs such as the brain and the lungs and the kidneys and the gastrointestinal tract and the heart. So COVID infection itself can cause blood clots. There's still a lot of concern about the vaccine making people sick, and people are concerned that they may have to miss 1 or 2 days' work from side effects from the vaccine. I do want to say that it is true most people experience some side effect from the vaccine, and most of the people experience a sore arm, or they may have fatigue. Some may have low-grade fever. Many people can be managed with Tylenol, extra fluids, or ibuprofen, and rest. And if you are knocked down, generally it's just 1 day and you're back on your feet the next day. Now, you want to compare that to COVID infection and missing work if that's a concern. So if you're unvaccinated, you have an exposure to somebody who tests positive for COVID, well, you're going to be out for 10 to 14 days on quarantine. And many jobs don't pay you while you're on quarantine. Then if you get COVID, most people are incapacitated somewhat for anywhere from 3 weeks on average to, if they're hospitalized with COVID, it's not uncommon for somebody to be in the hospital for almost 3 months, particularly those people who are on the ventilator. And long COVID, what happens to you after COVID as you recover, can last anywhere from 6 months to a year before you're back to normal. So think about that, 1 or 2 days versus of side effects from the vaccines versus 2 weeks out of work for quarantine, or anywhere from 3 weeks to 6 months to recover from COVID. So think about that. Now, another reason that helps people to get the vaccine is the statement that it helps you get back to a normal life. And I would say that, that has to be a plus for most people. If we all got vaccinated, we could get back to work. We can go back to supporting our restaurants. We can go back to supporting our movie theaters. We can go back to ball games and sports and athletic events in person. The more and more people get vaccinated, the less susceptible that the unvaccinated people are to this virus, and we can shorten the duration of this pandemic. The other thing I want you to think about as parents is that at least 40,000 children have lost a parent due to COVID, and the impact that that can have on a family, not only just the emotional grief and suffering, but the lost wages of the income of the parent, that can leave a family struggling for a very long time. So again, getting this vaccine is important. Another concern that people have is the vaccination of children. Getting children vaccinated allows them to go back to school, to live a normal life, to grow up with some type of normalcy, as opposed to what they experienced this past year. They get to go to birthday parties, skating parties, celebrations. They get to have holiday gatherings, proms, graduation, in-person and parties. So again, there's a lot that can occur that's positive, a positive benefit from getting vaccinated. And then many people still say that they don't know where they can get a vaccine. So to all those people, if you have a cell phone, this is what you need to do. Text your zip code where you live to 438-829, 438-829, and you'll get several options for a vaccine site near you. And if you do this before the end of July, folks, you might get a message that says you can get a free Uber or a free Lyft ride. So again, talking about reasons why people don't get vaccinated, many people are concerned that they may have to have a booster shot. But again, that depends on the variants. The vaccines right now are effective against all the major variants of concern. But if folks don't get vaccinated, then, more and more variants are going to keep popping up. So many people support also mandatory vaccination of teachers and staff. Some people don't. Again, we're going to probably see more requirements for vaccination. Over 500 universities and colleges require mandatory vaccination for students who are going to be going back to school this fall. I know we're hearing about military personnel. We're hearing about the NFL. Again, many people are still struggling with whether or not they should take the COVID-19 vaccines. But I'm hoping you will remember this. 140 million people have been vaccinated here in the U.S. Over 1 billion shots have been given worldwide. And these vaccines, the safety of these vaccines, while there have been some problems, and I'm not minimizing these problems, overall the vaccines are safe and they're highly effective. So that's my message today. As always, my views are my own. Please talk to your doctor if you have any concerns about why you may not be eligible for a vaccine. Have a blessed day.